people. Of course, my name is Victor, and this is It's Victor Rono Speaking Show. Of course, the anthem is show up for yourself despite everything. Remember to always show up for yourself. And if it's Tuesday, you know what it is. Let's speak happenings. So today I'm going to have 3 stories that I'm going to talk about. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you're going to have a great weekend as scheduled, of course, Wednesday going forward. If that happens, it's a good thing. I mean, nobody's complaining for the 3 days. Anyway, so I have 3 topics I want to discuss about today. One of them happens to be that Raila and Ruto situation. So, one thing you should know by now, that is very clear, the protest and everything is really not about, to be truthful, it's not about the cost of living. I mean, we've had cost of living for the last 3 years. Why now? Why would the other person want to claim that it's hard, and the person who was promising that it's going to be easy continue lying to us that the protest is not a good thing? So either of them has played a part in the cost of living excesses. So it's not about it. So remove that in mind. I think it's more like a power struggle. It's more like the other one, Raila being left and Ruto being inside. I think there's a sense of entitlement by now that most of the names have been mentioned adversely, because you'd have Uhuru's name mentioned most of the times for financing these things. Not confirmed. We also have these other deep state people being claimed that they're financing the unrest so that they can destabilize these other guys' government. So what I'm really mad about is there are these people who think they own Kenya, you know. So when the cost of living was going on and they were in power, they didn't have a problem. But right now, I'll use the hustler's card and the nobody's kid card also on this one, because they feel like there are people who feel entitled, who feel like this country is their own, because they feel like now that their fathers were rulers, they've been in power for the longest time, they're the biggest name, they took over and they're planning to still continue to take over for the next generation. I feel it's more like an entitlement thing. It feels like that Moi situation. You remember that Moi time when they thought it was a passing cloud because they thought that city belongs to them and doesn't belong to a specific kind of people. That is the same attitude they're bringing to this Ruto guy. So for this one, as much as he's a bad guy, I would choose the lesser evil and the kid of no one, because these other ones feel like the country is theirs. You know, they want to disrupt this other guy because they think this country is theirs. I wish by the time these 5 years are done, we won't be having this entitlement. And I hope Ruto again doesn't grow into it, because once you sit there, you think your kid belongs there, and it becomes a chain, you know. Yeah. So what you're looking forward to here is whose threat is going to work. The one that says, I will not, under my watch, I will not see this thing happening, and the one who say, unatisha nami. So Wednesday, I don't know what will happen, but I think it's them to lock horns and see how it goes. So for me, this one, it's not really about the cost of living. If you're bright enough by now, it's not about you, it's about the struggle. And one thing I'll get mad about is if Ruto dares to shake hands with that person. If Ruto shakes hands with Raila, there's no need for going to elections then. Why would we go to elections then, use your ways and then come and sit in the government? I mean, you go to election, lose, either you steal or not steal, I don't want to know. If you're not in power, you deal with it. If you're in power, you cannot allow someone to use other ways to come to power. I mean, why would we struggle to have a budget for elections if that is going to happen? And I can assure you, I hope it's not going to happen. So that was my opinion for that position, for that situation. But I hope, let's see how it goes. Let's see Nani atashinda, who will blink first, because that is where we are right now. If you want to play dirty, let's play dirty. That is the way it is. There's also the story for the cab driver and the lady, the one who was abusing the lady who was abusing the guy, who wasn't niambia kitu, and even calling unprintable words. that guy. So let me play the feminist card. Me, I'm imagining this situation whereby this other person was the lady and the other guy was the guy was the lady. It keep reversed even. Do you know, you guys, we cancelled Shafiweru for speaking a truth or for speaking something that I don't know? We didn't go well with the other gender. But we cancelled. We even, he lost his job for just saying words. But the other one can just come in, apologize on a comedy show, and we get over it like that. I mean, what happened to gender equality? Or this one? I mean, look at how Obina sufficient that guy. Sure, Amanda. I didn't hear Karomotuko or the big names who are normally pro-feminist, you know. It was so okay for them, for the girl to insult the other guy and for looking for fighting for his family and calling him his names. By now, if that was not a guy, it was a girl, I'm sure they would have even reported to the company that is offering services for the taxi, you know, say that these Uber guys, Uber companies, say, by now, sorry, it's not Uber, it's cab. You know, we've called it, kama kusema, omo zote ni sunlight. Saidie sunlight ya omo, saidie Colgate ya that other company, I don't know, you know, generalizing them. So I'm not saying Uber, I'm saying the cab driver. They would have cancelled his licenses by now if it was the other way around. If it was the guy insulting the lady. But since hatuna chetu kama wanaume hii dunia, we continue with the fight. But there's someone who said never start a fight with women. Never start a fight with women. So I'm not starting a fight, I'm just highlighting. Yeah, and also again, this last guy. You guys saw the tweet over the weekend. So Moses Kuria went guns blazing, giving out a bounty. He gave out a bounty for the head of Mr. Rairo. As in, we assumed it was him, but I don't think it was. If it was, assumingly it is. But I mean, aren't that the same things you normally talk in those Jakarta meetings? And you calling people names on a daily from Monday to Monday? What is wrong when someone calls you dirty at the same time? Trust me, as I've always said, I like traditional style of handling things. These diplomatic things of putting things in English, and then the point is just putting it in English to marinate it, but the point is you don't have good intentions with the other person. Me, I don't like it. I mean, if it's going to be brutal, let's be brutal all the way. I mean, because me, I feel Moses Kuria was just saying, in other words, if you've decided to go that way, dirty way, and you're playing dirty, what if we play dirty also on our end, you know? And it's just words, maybe it's not words, but I'm just scared. What if something just coincidentally happens to that guy? Yeah, may take a few bruises as a country, but it's not the right way. I'm not coming and say it's the right way, but if you guys decide to play dirty, you play dirty also. When you get played dirty, don't cry, don't become a crybaby, you know. You wanted it dirty, you're being served dirty, so why are you complaining? I can remember you guys before Ruto became the president, you used to put on some bad sarcastic words, some insulting words out here, but when it's your turn, you complain, you become a crybaby. So, Moses Kuria, keep doing what you do. Nuru Okanga, keep doing what you do. For Moses, this guy with the white beret, Gaucho, keep doing, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, serve this one, get served, don't complain. It's a game you've chosen, let's go hard on it, you know. So, it's very clear, keep away from these mandamanos, it's not about you. You know, and there's this challenge that I'm seeing right now in the market. Watu wanashikilia miti ya mahindi ineiva. I think that's the biggest. I think it's the biggest me right now. It's the biggest kusikia vibaya huko kwenu challenge right now, because if you don't have these things, who will you be running to? Of course, my name is Victor. This is It's Victor speaking. Subscribe if you haven't. Kama utaki pia, kaa tonight. See you. Bye bye. Show up for yourself.